So I received in the mail the first jumbo Machinder from Bandai. This is their new line. They also announced, and I have pre-ordered Great Mazinger. So I thought I'd do a video. I'm not going to show it right now. I showed it in another video, and I'm going to do another video where I'm going to go through the figure itself. But I wanted to do a video just saying what is it? Because some people probably have some knowledge, some people may have no knowledge. But I'm going to go through real quick. So uh, the Jumbo Machinder is based on a line from 1973 by Popy, and this was a Popy is a subsidiary of Bandai, and so here are a list of the Jumbo Machinder figures that came out. We have Mazinger Z in 1973. And that's right after the series came out. So these robot figures were coming out either right after or as the series were going on. Some of them I'm very interested in getting. Others like Super Robot Red Baron, I've never heard of this one. What it is. So eventually, these would come to the West as, let's see, Shogun Warriors. And so here's the list of Shogun Warriors. And they're all based on the original Machinder, Jumbo Machinder. And so now down here, this is all Wikipedia. It mentions the reissue Jumbo Machinder in 2024. Bandai announced the revival of the Jumbo Machinder series with a reissue of the original Mazinger Z toy. It features several modifications to distinguish it from the original release, most notably built-in spring-loaded firing fists. Based on what I saw, when it was originally released in 1973 in Japan, the cost adjusted for inflation to, based on 2021 inflation rate, it was about $56. So here it says that there was a 1973 release, 1978 release, a 2000 Uni-5 release, and then it mentions the 2024 Bandai release. I paid about 170 for it, which was a pretty good price. And so it's not about inflation, because inflation would probably have it about 70 to $80. So, I would say that part of it, I don't know that the slight redesign would add that much to the cost, but I think you're paying, a lot of what you're paying is nostalgia. That, but I will say this, that one of the reasons, there are other companies out there, they haven't made necessarily Jumbo Machinder, but this 60-inch all plastic figure is quite popular. And one of the reasons the main reason I've never bought any of these other figures is cost. So I'll show one real quick here. This is one that was announced last year, UFO Robot Grendizer Goldrake. So this is 60-inch. It is made out of plastic and die cast. So I guess there is some metal in there. Looks very much, I did some research on it, looks very much like it has that kind of limited articulation. Although it does look like it is an improvement, a definite improvement. It is $650. So I opted not to go with that. This is a website that it's pretty cool, shogunwarriors.org, and it shows the original. This is what it looks like. This is what the new Jumbo Machinder looks like. There are two versions, and this person who owns this website, well, he says that there's three issues: first issue, second issue, and third issue. And he's showing the differences in how they look. And what I'll say is there are similarities to each one, but it's clearly not based on either one. So for instance, in the second release, there's kind of this, looks like a rivet or something. And and a bump that does not exist on the one that is coming out now, the one that was just released. It's more like this hand, which is just smooth. We have slight differences in the sticker. Now the copyright on the back is completely different, so they are not using the same mold. I would say that the bottom of the feet resemble the second issue, but I don't think this is from wear. I can't really increase the size, but this looks a little sloppy. The new one looks cleaner. Okay, and I don't think that's wear from the age of it. So I don't think that it's based on any one issue. Now, one of the big changes is you could see in here the pilder pegs in. Pegs might be a generous term. Into the head. There is the pilder, and you can see that there's a hole in there. That is not how it is on the new one. The new one uses magnet. It is much, much, much nicer. So that is cool. Third issue pilder. Okay, so let's see here. Now, there was the other release. So in here it talks about there was a 2000 Uni-5 release. So Uni-5 came out with its own. It was an independent Japanese toy manufacturer focusing on the collector market, and so they were releasing figures based on the Jumbo Machinder design, recreation of the classic Popy Mazinger. So now the boxes are very similar, but they're not the same as the box in the new one. They have a similar look, but it's clearly, and it makes sense because they would have to use a new picture, a picture of the 2024 version, which again is very, very similar, but not 100% the same. And the arms are spring loaded. They will shoot out, and I take it that this is something new that did not exist in the Uni-5 figure. The Uni-5 figure is not the basis for this new figure. The crest on here looks different. It looks more like this, which is the Popy version, not like the Uni-5 version, which, as it says here, a general roundness to the chest. So they're not basing it on Uni-5. The text in here, as it says, it's more bulbous. The new figure is more like the original Popy. So I would say that it's much more based on the Popy design. The materials, the plastic, to me feels the same as I own 2 Shogun Warriors. It feels the same. Okay, so I don't think they're using superior plastic, and I see nothing to imply that they're using superior plastic. So this is plastic that would have gone on a $56 figure in 1973, and again, that's adjusted for inflation in 2021. Back then, it was probably more like, I don't know, $30. So, okay, so less than that. So back then it was 2,850 yen, adjusted for inflation, 7,997. So that was under $30 that it was selling for in 1973. So what you're getting is if you buy it, probably a bit, I'm not going to say overpriced, but I would say you're paying for nostalgia. 169 with the same materials. Yes, you're getting spring-loaded fists. Yes, you're getting magnets in the pilder. I think there are some parts in there that look like they are nicer, but is it that much nicer? Not really. But for me, yeah, I do not regret getting it all because of the nostalgia. And as much as $170 may be like, wow, that's a lot for an all plastic figure. I've seen so many figure makers that are trying to recapture the feeling for people my age, and they're charging three, four, five. In the case of the Goldrake or the Grendizer, $650. So I absolutely do not regret it. I don't. It does not bother me at all that they made modifications. I'm glad they made modifications. I think they should, try and make some improvements, but it does keep the overall design. I think the materials, other than like the magnets and the springs, the materials are the same. So no, you're not talking about super high quality plastic at all. Somebody said in there that it's this same plastic. It's the same material as used in a shampoo bottle. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe the same type of plastic, but clearly it's thicker. It's because a shampoo bottle you can squeeze. You can't squeeze this. But anyway, I'm going to be doing another video where I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the figure itself and taking a look at it. But that's kind of the history of the Jumbo Machinder figures.